Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing in this series. We are talking about making impossible moves. I've just been attending Toastmasters in East Africa, and the theme there was making boss moves, and that's why I'm talking about making impossible moves. But the series, we are talking about doing a dare, going on an impossible dare in your purpose pursuit. And we're going on a tangent a bit. We've been talking about the things that you risk, 5 things that you risk when you are on a dare. I think if I can get my facts correct, number 1, you risk your reputation. Number 2, you risk rejection. Number 3, you risk shame and embarrassment. Number 4, you risk failure. And then number 5, you risk loss. But today I wanted to take a bit of a tangent today and even continue talking about this dare in our purpose pursuit. It's going to be interesting. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
So you notice that even as we've been going on a tangent a bit, we've been back here, and even as we're talking about the subject of daring to do the impossible in our purpose pursuit, the need to dare to do the impossible in the pursuit of purpose, some weeks back, maybe some days, some episodes back, I quoted a man called Coach Robert Hagrove, and I want to requote him even as we take in a new gear here. He said that in order to inspire leaders to make a difference in their world, the breakthrough is to coach leaders to declare an impossible future that they are passionately caring about. An impossible future is one that cannot be achieved based on history and can only be realized by leaders reinventing not just their organizations but themselves. Whoa! That's a quote and a half. We can stop there and we can just go home. But this Robert guy goes ahead and says this, that the aspiration to become a masterful coach who can help leaders realize an impossible future and make a difference, whether in the life of one person or the life of all humanity, is one of the highest aspirations as to what it is a human being, what it is to be a human being. I'm going to read that again. The aspiration to become a masterful coach who can help leaders realize an impossible future and make a difference, whether in the life of one person or in the life of all humanity, is one of the highest aspiration of what it is to be a human being. One of the highest aspirations to what it is being a human being. And I could not have said it better. I really wish these were my quotes, but they are not mine. I couldn't have said it better. But what stands out for me are these words: the highest aspirations of what it is to be a human being. So it is incumbent upon us to take a deep-seated reflection of our lives and ask ourselves this one fundamental question: what is my highest aspiration of what it is to be a human being? Pause for a minute. What is my highest aspiration of what it is to be a human being? When you answer that question or you start meditating upon that question, before long, you are being forced to take a dare into the impossible, because there is no way you will aspire to your highest aspiration of what it is to be you as a human being without a dare, with the natural, with the normal, with the average, with what has been, with the status quo, with the culture of the day. You will be forced to go on a dare. It goes without saying. And once you do this question, once you do this introspection, you start realizing how the things that you thought were priority in life are no longer priority. Sausage for breakfast is no longer priority for your life. Your own life and your own comfort probably is no longer priority. The priority becomes transformation. It becomes impact. It becomes change. It becomes contribution. It becomes, what does this world demand of me? What is this world requiring of me as a human being? What does this world need of me? What did I bring into this world? For indeed, every one of us brought something into this world. What did I bring? What did I come with? What was I loaded with? What was I fully loaded with? This extra load that I'm carrying. What is it? And how in the world am I going to make sure that I unload it? I unload all that potential, all that purpose, all that destiny here on earth and make change, make transformation. If I am to do all that stuff, I will have to make boss moves. I'll have to make impossible moves. I'll have to make a dare. I will not do all that living the same way I've always lived, doing the same things I've always done. It's gotta be something different, something big, something major. If I am going to make a change in this world, if I am going to dare to do the impossible and to make this pursuit of mine, by daring the impossible, it will not be doing the same things over and over again. And I know there is a place for doing the same things. You see, you can dare to do something and then you keep daring and you keep doing and doing and doing, and then it becomes a consistency of sorts. I am not talking about consistency. I am talking about doing the things that probably you haven't done before, that they need to be done in order for you to make a dare into the impossible realm, into the impossibility realm. And one thing you need to realize about daring the impossible is that once the dare is done, you are not alone. Before the dare is done, you are the loneliest person there ever is. When you're considering this move, and even if you tell other people that you want to do this, you want to move this and you want to move that, there will be some who will be excited, but when push comes to shove, you are standing alone. But when you've taken the leap of faith and you've jumped, there is the bandwagoning effect that catches not just the people, but it also catches the divine. The invisible forces of this world and of the divine, they start coalescing towards a man or a woman who has taken a leap of faith to dare into the impossibility in order that they are pursuing their purpose. I am not talking about stupidity here and foolishness. There's a preacher who read the Bible and saw that Jesus walked on water, and what did he do? He started going to the lake and walking on the lake in water. For what purpose? Towards what end was he doing that? That's stupidity. There is no purpose behind it. It's not transformational for that preacher to walk on the lake. For what purpose? For what reason? I'm not talking about that stupidity. I'm talking about you accessing your heart and you accessing your spirit and knowing that my destiny is this. My call is this. I am loaded with X, Y, Z. I have this destiny upon me. I have this gift, this passion, this talent upon me. I have this that I've got to do for my world. And it is an impossible thing for me to be able to do it. And therefore you go on a dare. When you go on a dare, you realize that you've entered a new world, new colors, new dimensions, new responsibilities, new pressures. Less friends probably, but new friends also. Less connections, but new connections also. And you start anew, you start afresh from there, and you start climbing up the ladder. Tomorrow we're going to start talking about the spotlight being on us when we take our dare for the impossible, and what exactly do we get when we take that particular dare. But until then, I wish you all the success that you're willing to work for. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.